So the question is, are you preaching about the dangers of AI and all the dangerous things that children and young people, and really everyone, should be aware of through their phones and the internet? I heard about virtual dating with an AI, and you can see and have a relationship with a non-person, and it is stopping people from real relationships. And is AI entering us into the Antichrist? I think there's a lot of misinformation about AI, and a lot of it is basically propaganda, because these people who have created what they're calling AI need people to invest in it so they can keep developing it. So part of what we're falling for is a propaganda campaign. Now, artificial intelligence is neither good nor bad. Like any technology, it is amoral. It has no violation. I'm saying that word wrong. It has no good or bad in it. It is how we apply that to our lives.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So one of the most seductive myths about AI is that it thinks the way that we do. When you use a language model to write a poem or answer a question, and its understanding is in the same way that humans does, it's not. The myth is everywhere. You're going to see this in movies. What was the movie we were talking about?
War Games.
War Games.
Yeah. It's like in the 80s.
Yeah, it's in the 80s. And then, you got Arnold Schwarzenegger in Skynet, and you got Arthur C. Clarke in 2001: A Space Odyssey, where Hal takes over the spaceship and tries to kill everybody. Okay, so AIs do not have personalities, do not feel boredom, do not have a will, cannot take over the world. Not happening. Okay, there's no AI right now, and I personally do not think there will be one in the future that does this. AI, what they're describing as AI, is a computer basically filled with a ton of information. Now, what you need to understand is AIs are not created in a vacuum. Okay? So if the person creating that AI, writing the program, has a bias, that AI has that bias. My son, who's into this a lot more than I am, calls it garbage in and garbage out. So when you're looking at something that an AI prints up, you have to stand back and take a look at that and say, okay, so what's this person's bias? It's like reading, well, when we're doing searches for when we're doing sermons and stuff like that, and you're reading a textbook that this person wrote, they have a bias. And you need to kind of understand that bias to see kind of where they're coming from. Well, AI is just a bigger version of this. So when you are going online, and I'm telling you now, if you look up anything online right now, you're probably dealing with something they would call an AI.
Sure.
Okay? AI is not going to make a moral decision. Okay? Not a good one anyways. AI is not going to deal with emotions well. AI is going to give you information. Period. What we do with that information is on us. Okay? Whether you take that as a fact without checking your facts, whether you go and do your research and make an informed decision on that, or whatever else, whatever way you do it. Right now, there is a movement to start putting laws in about AI, trying to get them to play a little bit more fairly, be transparent into what their aims of that particular AI is. It's moving forward slowly, but it is moving forward. AI is not going away. Okay, so just got to make sure that you understand that. Okay, so again, what is really important when you're looking at AI is what gets measured and prioritized or ignored. And it's a human choice, not the computer's choice to do that. Now, what we got to take a look at is that current AI does not and never will, in my mind, possess a consciousness. Okay? Don't let anybody tell you this is a thinking machine. It's a processing machine. And processing information does not lead to consciousness. It's just like when you read the Bible, and the Bible, you hear something in the Bible in this little quote, and you're thinking to yourself, well, that's got to be true. You need to fact check that against the rest of the Bible. So again, if you're in with an AI, make sure you do that fact checking, please. If you got questions, talk to someone that knows more than you do. Do not base your life decision and your life goals on what a machine tells you to do, please.
Sure.
You know, we've also got the idea that, hey, we can pray. We have a God that answers. So if you hear something in an AI that makes you question your faith or what's happening in the world, pray about it. Come and talk to Pastor Kyle or myself or another strong Christian that you know. But remember, God is on the throne. He is in control at the end of the day.
Can I?
So ultimately, sorry, just one more thing. Ultimately, AI is a mirror, and it reflects our hopes and our fears and our priorities and the current power structures. So again, just when you're looking at AI, if you're looking for information, awesome place to start, but it is not a finish.
Sure. Okay, I want to add to that. I'll be as brief as I can. I like that idea that AI is not moral or evil, good or evil. It's amoral. I like the picture of just like a brick, right? A brick is amoral. You can use it to start building a children's hospital, and you can use it to throw through somebody's window, right? It is without morality. It becomes an expression of the morality being chosen by the individual choice. AI is just really good at pattern recognition and has an incredible database, right? So we're not dealing with real people. When it comes to this question about hearing about people dating virtual AI girlfriends, yeah, that's a thing. And when it comes to, the thing is that Jesus skipped this part in the Sermon on the Mount, right? He didn't address AI, but we do take biblical principles about, real relationships and apply them to the world that we live in today. And I have said in the past that no matter how much you pay for your AI girlfriend, it's not your real girlfriend, all right? And so, yeah, your phone, AI, all of the computers, television, every piece of technology that we have, it can be used for good and it can be used for evil. And so filter what you're using it for through that lens of, it's a little trite, but what would Jesus do? Right? Is it okay? Is it okay for me to use this to write my thesis? No. Right? Is it okay, fill in the blank. I use AI to create tags to put in our YouTube algorithms so that our videos pop up. I don't know how to do that on my own, but it helps me with that, right? Do I use AI to write sermons? No, I don't do that. It is without morality. And then this last little piece about, is AI entering us into the Antichrist? That's a big thing that we shouldn't just ignore. No. Yeah. So here's the deal. One of the verses that I always look toward, and maybe some people here are unfamiliar with the idea of the Antichrist. I think this verse is helpful. 1 John chapter 2, verse 18 says, many antichrists have come. So ultimately, what does that mean? An antichrist would be an individual or a system that does not recognize or that teaches against the idea that Jesus is Christ and God in flesh. Many antichrists have come. Some people will kind of go down this rabbit hole of yeah, but it points towards one last final big antichrist. And all I'm going to say about that is stop playing that game. Stop getting distracted by that. I mean, it's humorous at this point in our world to look back at all of the assertive claims that have been made about the one big antichrist that is coming, and it was this person and this person and this person and this thing, and then, it goes on and on and on, and here we are, and none of those things were valid or true, right? So is it pointing toward that? All I'm going to say is that if we're playing that game, we're getting distracted. Because what is not difficult to understand is the fact that Jesus has left a mission for the church. And so the question to really be wrestling with is, are we living out the mission? To love God, love others, and make disciples. Because the mission of the church never changes. Crisis or not. Introduction of something that some of us don't understand, or something that's evil, or something that's great or amoral. The church's mission never changes. So stop playing a game where we're getting distracted from the main thing that God calls the church to do, right? Okay, so I hope that's helpful.